Guys, I'm going to show you how to jumpstart your Talaria battery. I'm sure if you've done research like I was and crying while I was doing it, you find the Suron videos about them like plugging in the charger and unplugging it and like forcing power into it. That doesn't work on these. The BMS system is totally different. So I'm going to show you how to jumpstart it. And like, just so you can see, this battery is completely dead. No LEDs at all. But we're gonna fix it. Since the battery has died, it'll never be the same. It probably won't last as long, but it's better than having a heavy paperweight. So, let's go. First thing, take out all these bolts around the ring. After that, you can open it up. In here, so there's this charging plug that has 3 wires coming out of it. You got orange, red, and black. You kind of see it. And they go down to this yellow plug. I've already taken off the heat shrink, but it's covered up by this heat shrink back here. It also depends what, because I did this on a different battery just a little bit ago. These wires actually went over here. Now on this one, they go over here. So just make sure you're cutting the right heat shrink. Anyways, once you get it unplugged and the heat shrink off, you have these 2 plugs. Bring this one over here. And you'll have to cut this heat shrink down here. Yeah, see how I sliced a little bit? Just to give it some more room. Because we're gonna be cutting this and then basically bypassing the BMS, this thing. So we're just going negative straight to the actual battery negative over here. Okay, so I'm gonna cut this wire. Make sure you give yourself plenty on this side because we're gonna be reconnecting the wires. So I'm just gonna cut it like right there. And snip the one coming off the plug and attach our wire we made. So this is 16 gauge, I think, wire. I just put a butt connector on it and then this little ring. So we're gonna attach the butt connector to this side. Okay, so I got the butt connector onto this negative wire. And yes, I know the wire is red. It is negative. Sorry for my choice of color. And then we're just going to unscrew this screw. Honestly, it can be any of them, but this one's just the easiest one to get to. And then we're going to put the ring side underneath. We're doing this just to get power into the battery, just for a second so that the charger recognizes it. So let me connect this and I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. Wire going to the negative. Remember, this negative goes plugged into here and only goes up to the charging port. So it's not like main power or anything. Main power is this big plug with these big wires, so we're not messing with like, you know, high amperage or whatever. We're gonna plug this yellow wire or yellow plug back into this yellow plug, and then we can start charging. All right, so we got the yellow plug reconnected, and we have the negative being bypassed, and so now we can charge it. And we're only gonna charge it for like maybe like 5 minutes. You want to be really careful because since we're bypassing the BMS, there's no safety or anything. So it is kind of sketch, but this is what you gotta do. So we got the charger plugged in and we're going to put it into the wall. Okay. And let's see, fan will start going. then it should start blinking red. This one's just staying yellow. But if you check, I already clicked the button. Once you click the button, it is charging and it's getting power. So I guess yellow is fine. But yeah, like I said, my other battery started blinking red. And of course, before, like when I'd plug it in without doing all this, it would do the yellow and then just go to blinking red, then green, then red, then green, saying that it couldn't recognize a battery. So we're gonna let it charge just for a second, maybe like 2 or 3 minutes, because all we're doing is just getting enough power in here to where when we put this all back to normal, the charger recognizes the battery. Oh, and as you can see, it did start blinking red. So, all right, I will get back with you when I let it charge for a little while. While it's charging, you do want to make sure nothing is getting hot. Like feel the butt connector, feel the wire you just installed. I don't know the dangers of touching anything over here. I didn't. I probably wouldn't. But yeah, make sure nothing's getting hot, because it could be dangerous. Once you feel like you have it charged enough, unplug the charger from the wall, unplug this other end, and test it by clicking this button. Clearly shows power, and nothing else is hooked up, so I think we're good to put it back to normal and plug it in as normal, and hopefully everything's all good. Okay, so I got kind of lucky, I guess, since I'm really bad at crimping wires. I didn't crimp it tight enough, so I was able just to like pull that off instead of having to cut it back a little bit. If you can't just pull it off, make sure you cut as close as you can so that you can have as much room when you re-butt connector it to this wire. So yeah, we're gonna just continue by taking this stuff off. Hopefully I don't drop anything. I'm about to drop everything. That worked. And then re-screw it in. And not super tight, because they're not tight to begin with. Just make sure it's snug. All right, and I'm gonna strip this wire. I'd show you, but I don't have 3 arms, so hold on. Wire is stripped. Here's the butt connector. Just gonna slide that right on. Make sure you got it all flat. You want to make sure it goes on smoothly, that you don't like make it fray or anything. Okay, once it's on all the way, we can crimp it, and then we'll put this side in as well and crimp it. Butt connector is all in. We got it crimped. Did a little tug test. Nothing's coming out. Let's just plug it in, and then plug it in as a normal setup, and it should start charging. Yellow plug is all plugged in. We got the charger plug in as well. Let's plug this into the wall and let's hope for the best. Hopefully it blinks red. Yep, there we go. We are wired back into the safety system, and since we put power in, it now recognizes the battery and it is charging it as normal. Sweet. And this is the second battery I've done it on, because this is the first one charged all the way up. This one's good to go, and this one will be good to go as well. Definitely monitor this while you're charging it. You want to make sure nothing's getting hot. It is going to take like 4 hours to charge. as normal since it is like 0%. But yeah, really, like, don't leave it at home. Like, don't leave the house while it's charging, because this is pretty dangerous for the battery to get this low. The cells get damaged. When cells get damaged and they get hot, they can explode. So make sure you're doing this and watching it as it's charging. So yeah, hopefully it works out for you guys. Definitely not as easy as jump starting a Suron, but it works and it saves you thousands. So thanks for watching. See ya.